Hi, I'm Jane Wells, and I'm the founder and executive director of Three Generations. We are a social justice, not-for-profit film and video organization. But today I want to talk about Facebook. A couple of years ago, when we learned that Facebook had been used by the government of Myanmar in their genocide against the Rohingya minority there, we decided to take a stand, and we did so by blacking out on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Taking a stand against Facebook by blacking out came at some cost to the organization in terms of growth, momentum, followers, and donors. But we felt it was something that we had to do. After nearly a year, the board of Three Generations and I concluded that we had to go back on Facebook. We did so reluctantly because it feels like a pact with the devil. But my biggest disappointment or surprise with Facebook actually came this last weekend. A post showed up on my Instagram feed, which I was happy to share. It was about stolen native lands, and it coincided with President Trump's visit to Mount Rushmore. And as it was congruent with the work we do, I happily shared it. And then I had a look at the profile from which it came, and it was an organization called Redfish Stream. And I really liked what they were doing. I was intrigued by their work. I went to the links to their website, and when I got there, I actually experienced what I can only describe as sort of professional envy. They had such high production values. The work they did seemed progressive and interesting. And then I decided to do a little more investigation, and I went to their Facebook page, but where they had 500,000 followers, maybe 250,000 on Instagram. My envy was sort of increasing minute by minute. How could they do such great work and have so many followers? How could we be like them? And then I went down into the transparency section of Facebook, and that's when I realized that Redfish Stream were actually a propaganda arm of the Russian government. I think it was a really important wake-up call for me and probably for all of us progressive social justice warriors. You really have to look, and you have to bother to look to know what the source of the things you're sharing is. But if you only looked at the Instagram feed of Redfish Stream, you couldn't know that they were a propaganda arm of the Russian government. And I think it's important we do that. Understand that Facebook's supposed attempts at transparency are really only tiny moves in a much bigger, more pernicious world. You have to know where to look. Facebook needs replacement. Facebook needs to be stopped. It's very troubling. In conclusion, I just want to say that along with finding a cure for COVID and the problems of racial injustice across the world, we all need to find a cure for Facebook. And I do recognize the hypocrisy in my saying this, especially if you're listening to this message on Facebook itself. But this is the American way, and I'm simply exercising my First Amendment right to say on Facebook, let's take down Facebook. Thank you.